Hey, what's going on, guys? Joseph back with another YouTube video, and yes, I know it's been a long time since I last posted. My apologies for that. I've been dealing with some personal stuff, and also, as you can see, I'm in a new room. I actually recently just moved to a new apartment with my two brothers, so we've been you know, dealing with that, and also the holidays and things like that. So it's a little bit of a weird time. Like I said, I know it's been a few months, but hopefully going forward, I can start posting some more content, gain some more subscribers to the channel. Thank you to those people who have subscribed already and who are still subscribed. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But going forward, with the title of the video, as you can tell, as you can kind of see as I have here on my desk, we are going to be talking about holsters, specifically types of different duty holsters that you can buy if you're in law enforcement or military, or if you are just a gun enthusiast like myself and want to have different options when you go to the range, just to try certain things out and see how those work for you personally. You know, maybe you're getting into policing, maybe you're going to be joining the military, and you know you're going to be using these types of holster systems. I have some custom Kydex holsters from a couple companies that I've been following on social media / YouTube for a while now that I really like. So I've purchased these, and yeah, we're just going to go over them. So I do have two firearms on the table. I have my Gen 5 Glock 17. Just to start out, the firearm is clear. There's no, there is ammunition on the table, but it's not anywhere near the firearm. That way, there's no accidental loading. And then I have another Glock 19. Again, no magazine, as you can see, and the holster for the firearm is clear. So we're just going to go over some of the holsters that I have acquired over the years, and you know, my personal preference, what may work for you, what may not work for you. It all comes down to personal preference, and also if you know what your profession is. You know, security guard, like I said, law enforcement, you know, self-defense, things like that. Now, none of the holsters I have are concealed holsters. Being that it is the winter months right now in most states, a lot of people are going to be wearing, you know, jackets and hoodies and things like that. So I guess technically, if you were to run some of these on like your hip, you could. I mean, you could run them like a thigh rig type system, like I have on my battle belt, if you wanted to. That might be a bit excessive for some people. You might want to check your local gun laws and stuff like that, and see if there's anything that prohibits that. But starting from more of a civilian standpoint, we're going to be starting with the Kydex holsters that I have here. This first one I actually made a video on by itself. I think it was one of the first videos I posted. It's a T-Rex Arms Ragnarok holster in Ranger Green. I got it for my Gen 4 Glock 19 with a Streamlight TLR-1S light system. The second one that I have is from QVO Tactical out of Las Vegas. The guy Roger from QVO Tactical is real cool. They make really nice holsters. He's a real fun guy. If you look him up on YouTube, he does a lot of weapons / gear reviews. He's also a former Las Vegas Metropolitan police officer. That when he transitioned out of policing, he started the QVO company, which is real cool. He also does training classes and stuff like that. But with COVID and stuff like that, I don't really know how often he does that. But I'm sure if you look up his social media, you might be able to ask him that. But this is his from QVO Tactical again. It's the secondary outside the waistband holster with inside black multicam, and the outside is wrapped. Or I'm sorry, the inside is black Kydex. The outside is wrapped in black multicam Cordura, which is like a fabric. You can see there. Really nice holster. I like it a lot. I got it for my Glock 17 with an X300. Now, I think the reason for the wrap for some people is that it doesn't make as much noise, you can tell. So if you were to bump into something, it wouldn't make much noise. And I'm sure that having the fabric, like if this was a concealed carry, having the fabric up against yourself versus just a straight plastic would feel better. Both holsters do come with a couple different points of retention adjustment when you get them. So with the T-Rex arms and QVO as well, there's screws on the side of the holster that would face the 6 o'clock position for most people. And you can just take a little Phillips head screwdriver and just adjust it to your personal level of comfortability. You obviously want to tighten it to a point where not anyone or it just won't come loose out of the holster. So firearm is secure in the holster. And same thing with the T-Rex arms. Secure in the holster. But you obviously don't want it so tight to where if you were at the range practicing, or if you need to draw your firearm in self-defense, or if you're defending someone else, to a point where it is a smooth draw, but again, not to a point where just anyone could just come yank the firearm out of your holster. I'll have to look up the pricing again for these. I think the Ragnarok was around $60 or $80 regular price, and I think the secondary from QVO was like around $110, $115. I'll check that, and when I'm editing the video, I'll put the price in there. All of these holsters I have are right-handed holsters because I'm a right-handed shooter, so I draw from the right, and I have all my my battle belt video that you saw earlier in the year. All my magazines, my pistol mags and my rifle mags, those will all be on the left-hand side. So drop a mag and go and reload. So kind of moving away from the custom Kydex portion, this next series of holsters I have, they're all from Safariland. They all use the proprietary QLS, which is quick locking system from Safariland, where you have the fork and then the receiver plates on however you're going to mount the holster. Again, if you refer back to my battle belt setup, you can see that. So there's the fork system right there. So this first one I have here is a Safariland 7004 2832. This is their SLS platform, which is the self-locking system, which just has a little hood guard, and it also has this too, which is, I think they call this a hood as well. As you can see, all of the Safariland holsters have them. And this is just kind of protected from accidentally disengaging the locking system. But also in case, again, especially if you're in law enforcement, someone can't come up behind you and yank the gun out of your holster without disengaging the locking system. So all of these are for 9mm/40 caliber pistols. This one is for any Glock in 9mm or 40 cal, specifically for the firearm that has a TLR-1S on it. So the self-locking system, as you can see, it's just a little hood. To disengage it, your normal grip, you would, with your thumb, there's a little serrated part, a little serrated plateau there that you can use, and you press that down and then out to disengage the hood, and then while maintaining your grip, you can draw the pistol. Now keep in mind, even though you have the hood up, there is a little retention screw that you can use to make this tighter, to tighten the holster or to loosen it, again based on personal preference. But if you remove this hood for whatever reason, which if you buy an SLS type system from Safariland and you remove the hood, you're kind of losing the point. let's say the hood's not there and you're just carrying it like in this fashion, someone could easily come up and take the firearm. So again, just keep that in mind. Obviously, you don't do anything stupid, and don't really mess with the way the system itself is set up. You could remove this little hood if you want to. You take this little Allen key that you get to unscrew those two little notches there to take the hood off if you want to. I've seen some police officers that they remove the hood because they don't prefer it. Some keep it on, but obviously they maintain this system. The next type of system I have, again, is from Safariland. This is the 7395. Both of these holsters are from the 7TS series. This is the newest series. It's a lot more streamlined look, and also it ships a lot quicker. It's available both in the SLS, which I have here, the ALS, which is the active locking system, which is this one here, which I'll demonstrate on my other holster. And they also have the ALS RDS, so if you were running an optic, you could have this type of system, but also there'd be a little cutout for your red dot, which again I'll show that here with my next holster. Put you over there. So the ALS system stands for Active Locking System, and basically the active locking system, it doesn't have the hood, but there is a little tab on the inside. You can see that there, that you would press down again with your thumb, and that would release the firearm. So you just normal grip, you depress this with your thumb, and as you're depressing it, you go up and it releases the firearm from the holster, and you can still do a normal draw. So this is a better. Let me remove this little. I'll leave it on. So this is the most recent one that I have. This is the 6390-6832. It is their ALS/RDS, which it's the active locking system, so it has a little tab, as you can see there. But again, obviously, as you can tell, it's got the top portion available for a red dot. And also, too, if you can look kind of towards the top above where the red dot would be, there's a little notch if you wanted to run suppressor sights to co-witness the suppressor sights to your red dot. So this I have for my Gen 5 Glock 17. The RDS system comes with a little hood that you can use whenever you're not going to be using the pistol. And this prevents debris, mud, dirt, sand, whatever, depending on where you're at, from getting into the optic itself and possibly the firearm, jamming the firearm or whatever the case may be. If you were to draw it with the hood closed, you can still draw your pistol, but returning the pistol with the hood kind of down, well, I guess it works. It'll kind of nudge the hood out of the way. So basically, if this holster was on my belt system, so it's in the holster. So just with my regular grip, I come down and my thumb press down and pull up at the same time, and it releases the firearm. And obviously, if I don't depress that little thumb pad there, the firearm is held in place. So again, just regular grip, draw, and it disengages the active locking system for the holster. And I'll look at the prices for all three of these holsters and put them on screen when I show them individually. Holsters, it all comes down to personal preference for how you want your holster set up to be. It comes down to personal preference and also profession. If you're a cop, or like I said, the reason I buy these holsters is, one, they look cool, and two, like I said, I just am a gun enthusiast all around. So having different types of holsters is nice. because you can practice different carry methods, different types of firearms, with an optic, without an optic, compact, subcompact, full size, whatever the case may be. And so it's nice to be able to run these different types of holsters. One thing to keep in mind is that if you, regardless of the type of system you have, training and practice and repetition will always be better than than spending $300, $400, $500 on weapons and gear if you don't know how to use it. Lucas from T-Rex Arms, he emphasizes that a lot. You don't need all this hocus pocus to be a good shooter. Rather than spend money on holsters and gear and stuff like that, spend it on ammo. Go to the range, dry fire. Practice makes perfect, people. So that's regardless if you have the ALS or the SLS, or if you're just running a Kydex holster, regardless of that, practice. Whenever I get off of work or my days off, I'll put on a pair of shorts or a pair of pants and put on my belt system, and I'll run dry fire. Run through dry mags for both my rifle and my pistol. Work on weapon transitions. It's just something that I've seen other people do, and something that I like to do, because at the end of the day, it's going to make me a better shooter. So that way I don't miss my mark if I ever do have to fire at something, or if I'm at the range. Because obviously with COVID and with the spike in both ammo prices and the lack of ammo altogether, practice is going to be better. But I just want to make this quick video, just kind of go over the holsters I have. Like I said, if you want to look up either of these three companies, T-Rex Arms, QVO Tactical, or Safariland, they all make, outside the waistband, they all make concealed type of holsters, and they have a pretty wide variety, from Glocks to the M&P series from Smith & Wesson, Canik, Kimber, Springfield. So you have a pretty good variety that you can use when of both weapon and light systems, and also obviously with Safariland you can include the option for a red dot. So just keep that in mind, people. Like I said, practice makes perfect. Whenever you are purchasing a holster, or if you're new to guns, new to firearms, buy a Glock. Glock is probably one of the cheapest firearms. You can probably get a Glock 17 for $500-$600. Buy a couple hundred rounds of ammo. Get a $60 holster from Safari or from T-Rex Arms. Get one from QVO. For whatever your preference is holster wise. There's a million holster companies out there. These are just the three that I've seen on social media and I prefer to use and to purchase personally. But there's a million holster companies that you can buy from and use, and like I said, it all comes down to personal preference if you want to use those or not. So that's pretty much the video. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of go over the different types of holsters that I have. Again, practice makes perfect. And also, if you are in law enforcement, 9 times out of 10, most law enforcement places that companies that I've seen, or departments rather, not companies, they usually run some type of Safariland holster, whether it be the basket weave or just like a plain black. Some places allow you to carry a custom firearm, with obviously most departments are going to run a light system, whether it be a Surefire or TLR 1S from Streamlight. But some may allow you to run an optic. So look that up and see what you're allowed to run if you're looking to get into law enforcement. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching the video. And hopefully I can start getting some more videos out. Just kind of go over certain things, certain pieces of gear that I've picked up over the last couple months, and yeah, that'll be it. So again, this is the Taco X Tactical YouTube channel. My name is Joseph. Look me up on all forms of social media, Twitter, Instagram. I think I made a TikTok, but I just kind of watch dog videos on there, so that's about it. I appreciate it, guys. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe for more videos coming up. Share with your friends, share with your family, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. See you later.